Hello, everyone. It's been a little bit. It's been a weekend, I think. I don't remember exactly when we did our last stream. I'd honestly have to check on that, but it's been a few days at least. And a lot of stuff has happened. Both in regards to the anime and the games. Let me pull up my chat here, actually, just so I'm there. Okay. Yeah, so a lot of stuff's happened, both with regards to the anime and the games. The first thing I want to talk about, obviously, is the anime. We had a couple of different um, events in which we saw new scenes of the upcoming Mega Voltage premiere on Friday. It's finally just 4 days away. The first was, of course, on Sunday on Pokédoko. They showed several new scenes, primarily scenes in which the Pokédoko hosts were involved in dubbing the show. Do I actually have this up? I think I do. Yeah, yeah. There we go. In which the Pokédok hosts will actually involved in dubbing parts of the show because they are essentially acting as they're like side characters, not even side characters, but just like I don't know what the word is, like filler characters or background characters. Background characters, yeah. Background characters. So essentially, uh, we saw a couple new scenes in which I really can just pull up. I can really just pull it up actually. Let me just close these tabs. Pull up those. We got a few new scenes, some new information. We'll just pull up this in a new tab as well as this. All right. Let me switch scenes over. There we go. All right. So first up, the biggest news. Of course, we kind of expected this after that short, uh, that short clip of the Pokédoko teaser for this week was played last week. We kind of expected this, but it's confirmed that Anne is actually not battling Liko, but is in fact battling Roy. Now, my guess is that Liko battles after them, either against one of the students or against Roy. I'm not really sure. Maybe she battles against Roy's Fuecoco or something, or Cap. I'm not really sure. But we do know Liko will battle at the school, but when it comes to who she was battling, people assume that Liko was battling Anne, but that's not actually the case. She's in fact battling Roy, which sets off the whole situation for this scene. Let me pull up my YouTube chat on my phone real quick, just because I'm not viewing it right now. Boop a doop a doop doo doo doo. Yeah, so essentially the scene goes something like this. Roy flies into the academy, essentially breaks into it by accident to see Liko. After that, Liko, I'm assuming, tells him to wait until she's done with school, so Roy goes to the front yard in which he meets Anne. They decide to have a battle. Over the course of the last year, Anne has apparently become something of a star battler or like a popular student, I guess, where like everyone knows that she's a strong battler. I mean, it's kind of to be expected considering that back when we last saw Anne in Arc 3 in Paldea, she was talking about how she wanted to go for she wanted to go for the Pokemon League, right? So she battles Roy. I'm assuming Roy wins. And people after that begin to approach them. The first person who gets approached is actually um, the first person to get approached is actually Roy. Where is? Oh, is it farther up this way? Yeah. Here we go. Perfect. So the first person to get approached is actually Roy here. And they ask him basically, let me actually just pull up the thing because I translate this, but I don't want to basically memorize it. So basically, these boys come up and ask him if he's a member of the Rising Volt Tacklers, and Roy says that yeah, I am, and then of course the students around him freak out because um, the Rising Volt Tacklers have been essentially criminalized. I don't think they're criminals per se, but they are um, notorious for being bad guys, kind of like Team Rocket. Although I'm pretty sure Team Rocket did have arrest warrants out for them, but Roy Roy and the Rising Volt Tacklers are essentially pariahs socially, if not actual criminals, but we don't know that yet. I'm assuming not. But people realize that Roy is a member of the Rising Volt Tacklers, and that leads to them confronting Anne and also Liko, who's off screen here, apparently to the right, like where my mouse is, like somewhere over here. And they're wondering if it's okay to have someone like Roy at their school, which implies that Liko has in fact been hiding her affiliations with the Rising Volt Tacklers, which is pretty interesting. Overall, I really like this setup. Of course, it's probably going to be hand waved with some, pretty dumb resolution because that's kind of the story of Horizons, in which the writer set up pretty interesting conflicts, but due to it being Pokemon and not, your normal late night anime, they can't exactly have interesting resolutions to said conflicts, and the directors and production committee essentially force them to uh, to resolve them in the most straight, bland ways possible, which is kind of the story of Horizons in general. Like, there's a lot of great setup, great conflicts, but the climaxes don't necessarily deliver, especially not as well as people would want them to. In general, in addition to that, we also got a new, I believe it was posted on, I'm not really sure, but I believe it was posted on Twitter. Let me look here. Yeah. They posted a video here of just basically a little new clip about Liko commanding Flower Trick. Nothing super crazy. What this surprises me of is that the battle against Steelix must be in episode 91 and not 92, I would assume. Although I was sure that the Steelix fight was in fact in 92, but it appears that's not the case. That would be surprising if so. Because I was sure that episode 92 was the episode in which um, Liko and Roy go out to that desert area, they meet up with Uruto, and then battle a Steelix or something. But it seems like my order of things is a little bit mismatched. But that's fine. I think the next news we're going to get, it will be on Wednesday, I believe. I believe that's when Animedia and the other anime magazines release, and it's likely that we'll be getting staff lists for all of these episodes, which would be fun. Um, in general, I mean, I think we're gonna be getting trailers for each of the characters. Um, like upcoming to Friday. So like today they posted Liko, tomorrow they'll post Roy, and then Uruto, and then Dot. Just short clips, new scenes, but that's fine. Yeah. So overall, it's a pretty interesting week ahead of us for anime fans. I'm really looking forward to the anime coming back because I'm sure, like, just so you guys know, this Friday that'll probably be my next live stream, and we're gonna be going over the entire 60 minutes, or well, it's more like 48 minutes, but like 48 minutes of content basically. Like it's gonna be a lot of fun. And another point of contention is that the ending will likely not be playing during this, so we're going to be getting just the opening at the end. The opening at the end of the two-parter, which is fine. Personally, I'm way more excited for the opening than the ending. Apparently, the singers of the ending song, like they were made up in like a basically like a Japanese audition band, but like apparently the individual singers are really popular in Japan. I didn't actually know that, but I'm still not like super excited for the ending. The endings have been the endings have been decent, not gonna lie. The endings have been decent, but overall, um, the opening by Yuzu is really the star musically of what we're getting in Arc 5. So yeah, it's basically everything regarding the anime. Oops, everything regarding the anime. Sorry, I'm pretty tired. I came home late last night from work, so I'm kind of stretching out. I just woke up like 20 minutes ago. Yeah, I loved Let Me Battle. I think it's actually like my favorite song in general from Horizons. Let Me Battle is just so good. But yeah, so that said, let's talk a bit about the game. So obviously, there's been this whole big debacle on Twitter over the past several days. It's been pretty funny. Um, in general, I'm not like super bothered by whatever drama happened. I just kind of posted a couple of things that had been sent to me over the past few days, just because. I mean, fuck it, why not? Like, I didn't. I saw like I mean I already posted most of this on Twitter, but like I saw like how fake this whole like leak community thing has been, and I was kind of like, I mean, why doesn't someone actually leak something? And of course, the mere idea of someone actually leaking something was just, it's abominable to the people who sit here and drip feed and clout farm for months and months and months on end posting rules and stuff. And like you guys have to realize that comes to me, of course, people watching the stream, some of you might be new, some of you probably aren't. But when it comes to me, like I'm an anime guy. Like I primarily like the anime. I don't even like I play the games when they come out, but I'm not like I guess during the Terror Leak I posted a lot of stuff, but that was mainly because the Terror Leak was fucking everywhere at the time, and it also had a lot of anime stuff. That's why I was interested in it. That said, um, the anime's been on break, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go into the games community a bit. Let's just like dip our toes, do something different for a few weeks, and this is how it's ending. It's been quite wild. Yeah, two blurry pictures, and the entire leak community just crashes out. Yeah, I mean, I was expecting this to happen to an extent, and it's apparently people are still mad and still tweeting about me, although, I haven't looked at it. Uh, it's just, it is what it is. I posted those things, people crashed out, and they're going to continue to crash out. And, I might post some more stuff down the line. But overall, I mean, there's not really much to say. There was an image of Mega Starmie, and then there was an image of Gen 10, an underwater testing environment, apparently. Apparently, they weren't able to get into the actual game for Gen 10. I'm not sure if there was an actual build for Gen 10 in the thingy, but there was like test environments. I guess that's one of them. But overall, ZA does look quite interesting as a game. I do like that it's more battle focused. And also the story is a little bit more, I wouldn't say heavy than Legends Arceus, because Legends Arceus story was also fairly heavy at times, but it really does feel like more of a sequel to XY than a spin-off or a standalone, really. Like I feel like that's the biggest thing. Okay, you guys are going to have to give me a moment here. Sorry about that, guys. I had to take a phone call. Where was I? No, I muted on purpose. I muted on purpose, guys. I had to take a phone call. I got a phone call. That's why. My dad called me about some like I'm going to go pick up some stuff for my cousin on Saturday. Um, so we were talking about I know we were talking about ZA. Oh yeah. Yeah, so in general the things that I leaked, well, first of all, they weren't sourced from me. I think that's the biggest thing is that someone sent me those things because I don't have screenshots, right? Like I never like got screenshots directly from my guy, right? They got sent to me from other people, which is why I was fine with posting them because at the end of the day, people were freaking out that oh, Moot, you're going to get in trouble, but like they never came onto the internet from me to begin with. So, it I'm never going to get in trouble for it. Well, Nintendo, that's the point is that Nintendo will never call me because I'm just like the people who are on Twitter reposting and leaving it up for days on end, right? Like I'm not going to get in trouble for that because it got put on the internet by someone else. And I don't have the game. So I'm essentially fine. With that said, it was really funny to see people say it's fake and then continuously walk it back over the course of several days. Uh, it's just like, these people are they're so obsessed with maintaining their preeminence over, the couple tens of thousands of people who are actively online looking for games leaks, right? Like maybe 10 to 20,000 people who are always looking for the newest games leaks. Yeah, I know, right? And I got proved right. That's the thing, is that I said this during my last stream and I was proved correct. Any new leak you'll post? I mean, I'm retired. And anything else I post would be posted from stuff that I myself got sourced. So it's not, the risk is a lot actually higher. I can't just like sit around posting on Twitter and deleting it. Like I'd have to actually go to fucking I have a friend in Eastern Europe who can post stuff safely without getting subpoenaed, but I would have to actually go through a lot of trouble to upload anything else because those images were what I were sent from other people. They were shared to me by other leakers, quote unquote. So I would have to do a lot more. So I will probably at some point if things like die down enough, but overall, I'm not like, the anime is coming back, so I'm probably just going to be heading back to the anime. Like this whole game thing was basically a side quest. Leak anime OP. I listened to the full version of the opening the other day. It's really good. Even Starmie model. Well, I can't confirm or deny that I posted that. Maybe I didn't post it. You don't even know. Like, did I post it? Did I not post it? I mean, you're never gonna know. It just is what it is. Although I would say that whoever posted that was pretty dumb to buy a trip code for 4chan and post a model with their fucking payment info attached to it, because that can actually be easily like subpoenaed, and then like you can't VPN payment info, right? So that person's pretty fucking stupid, whoever posted that. In general, what else was I gonna talk about? I fucking forgot. Yeah, answering questions from chat makes me lose my train of thought. Yeah, overall, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not like there's that much more to leak when it comes to non-images, right? Like, you've already gotten, although, of course, it's pretty funny that, you know, all of the stuff you've heard from the story was either Google translated or just assumed based on what they saw physically in the cutscenes because the script is in Japanese. And I'm pretty sure these people, none of those people, except for, well, they have a couple friends who can, but I doubt they share the script with them. So a lot of the stuff about the story was just like from the visuals of the cutscenes alone. Who is Ainge? Ainge is not a person, it's just the ultimate weapon, or like the new and improved ultimate weapon. And I think even your favorite League personality actually said that too. Like it's not like a person or a character. That makes sense. PayPal me something, Moot. Look, bro, why would I PayPal you? For what? Like the like why would I PayPal you? I mean, look, bro, I have a lot of money in the stock market. I just lost over the past like 3 days. I've lost like 30,000 in unrealized losses. You know that? Like, of course, I haven't sold, so I didn't actually lose the money, but it's not good. Um, yeah, my portfolio is fucked, and I just bought. Thankfully, I bought a car fucking in February. So I'm fine. Buy the dip. I don't really have any liquid to buy the dip anymore. That's the thing, is that I sold some options on Friday and bought some of that dip, but I didn't think it was going to have another 10% dip the next fucking session. Like, what the fuck? Tell us something we don't know? I mean, what specifically do you even want to know? Like, okay, AZ's Mega Floette is a boss. That's something you might not have known. Like, I don't know. Like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't pay attention to everything that guy said. So I don't know what he said and what he didn't say. So like there's a lot of shit that, maybe you've heard of, maybe you haven't. Like, it's hard to say because so many people have been saying so many things that even if someone said something by accident, even if they didn't know, the final boss, like, okay, so the final boss is the deck's around 230 real. Um, I would assume so. I don't have the full like. That was one of the things I don't have, and one people things people asked me about was like the actual Pokédex, right? Because what I have is some story info, the the list of megas, like their mega mod, like the models of them, and that's pretty much it. And then some Gen 10 stuff. That's it. Like that's what I have. I don't have like the Pokédex list or the game or every single cutscene or whatever. Does Sycamore have gray hairs? I don't know. I haven't seen Sycamore. How would I know what they look like? Like I don't like one thing you guys have to realize is that I'm never gonna pretend to have something that I don't, right? I don't have the game. I've seen very little of the actual game, right? Like I've not like I don't have the game. I don't have like the cutscenes or whatever. I have the script. The titles of the Gen 10 games haven't even been decided yet. That's the thing. The titles of the Gen 10 games haven't even been decided. Like they'll probably go back and forth between different names up until they announce it in February. Maybe they'll decide by the end of the year. What? No. There was no logos in the Gen 10 image because the game, the actual game, to my understanding, of course, is that like Gen 10, like the actual build, couldn't be accessed. They're literally just like looking at testing environments for the developers in the game. No gym leader return real? Apparently, I don't know. Like that's the point, is that I don't know. But apparently, yeah, they are. Post the link, bro. Maybe I will post the link. Maybe I'll post the link after after the stuff gets leaked, and then you can just see like the creation date. You can see the creation date of the folder, and you can see that it was made before all of that shit happened. Post a link in 4chan, bro. That's 4chan is not a secure place to post things. It's only safer if it's something no one cares about. Like if I posted some random screenshot from the anime, of course I could post it on 4chan because that's not like a big deal. But if someone were to post a link to like a treasure trove of documents, they would just go to the file hosting website and subpoena them and have them show like where the IP came from. And if you think a VPN works against that sort of shit, you're mistaken. Then you're the same as Ball Guy then? Bro, that's not how this works. Okay? That is quite literally not how this works. The difference between me and them is that they pretend to not have things, and they lie about what they do and don't have constantly, and they backtrack after every single little thing is revealed. I'm telling you guys that I have these things, but I am not going to post them primarily because of logistical issues. That's the problem. The reason why I would post it after stuff got leaked is so that I don't get sued. Because in the case of those models, I am the person who is posting them, not some other person that I got them from. Right? So that's my logic, and it's just how it is. There's legitimate reasons as to why someone shouldn't be the immediate I'm doing air quotes, like immediate source to things, because yeah, you will get sued. It doesn't really matter unless you do like some extremely esoteric shit, like sharing the files on Tor to someone in Russia and then them posting it. That's like the only way you could get around it. Is it so? It basically is the same logic? No, it's not. It's a very nuanced, very different thing. It's not the same thing at all. I was with you until this statement now. I don't care if someone's with me or against me, bro. This was never about like creating an army of people to hate someone. Right? Like this was never about, oh, well, I'm actually different, guys. I like this was never about promoting myself, which is part of the reason why I don't tweet this stuff and then also leave it up on my Twitter and be like, haha, guys, I'm the real leaker, blah, blah, blah. Like, I never did that. Gatekeeping info they have. Well, the difference, again, between them is that they pretend that they don't have it. Right? They pretend like every single new development is something brand new that they've never seen before. Right? That's like kind of the issue. I'm telling you that I have these things, but I'm not going to post them. Straight up. I'm being forward with you. And I don't really care what your reaction to it is. That's kind of always been my policy, even with the anime community, which is why so many people dislike me, is because I will just post stuff that can be posted and won't post stuff that can't be posted. And then just not care about the aftermath. Ball Guy did do this. I posted stuff that he sent to me and he said it was fake so that he could cover it up. He literally does this all the time. And he continued to fabricate random ass stories for days on end until eventually he admitted the truth and then deleted his Discord server because of it. That was what happened with him. And Centro actually does have a lot of stuff, a lot of pictures of not only ZA but also Gen 10. In fact, that image I posted is from him. It's not like he got sent that and he shared it to Ball Guy, who then sent it to me. In the end, what they do and what you do are the same result. Yeah, they do have the same result. They have the same result in that anyone who posts that sort of stuff willy-nilly will get arrested within a week. And they're a fucking dumbass if they do. So yeah, it is the same result. But the idea behind it is different. That's the whole point of what I tweeted and what I'm saying now, is that, there are certain realities that can never be overcome. It doesn't really matter who you are. But the difference is in the approach to it and honesty with their audience. And that was the entire reason why I wouldn't say upset, but that's why I was annoyed to begin with. Was because they constantly... Dude, it's not even information, though. It's just models of the Mega Pokemon. It's not information. Like, I don't even really have that much information. I actually told Ball Guy most of the shit that I had, and then he posted that stuff later on. Like, there's not really, like, a lot of information in the same sense. Manga leaks are so much easier. Well, the thing is that they are until they aren't, right? Like, didn't all of those manga people get sued eventually? Like all those people who would post manga leaks on Twitter. Will Ball Guy and Light have a loving relationship? Dude, I don't think there's anyone in this community. I think Light is more disliked than even I am because I don't pretend to like I don't repost everyone's stuff. Gaia info then? I mean, the only Gaia info I had was quite I mean, the only Gaia info I had was quite literally that image and like four other images. And they all of them are about the same all of them are about the same thing. I mean, the only actual like information I have about Gaia is like who's directing it. Um person who's direct it's actually a co-direction for I don't know if Pokemon's ever had co-direction before, like the games. I'm not really sure, but they are doing it this time. Allegedly, it's because the game is just so big. Yeah, exactly. Amore and a WoW. Yes, that's like basically the only actual information. No, not with Luminion, but with other random Pokemon. So one thing I can tell you, I don't know how to say her name, Kefaloniager. Like, are you trying to get me banned, bro? Um, Kefalonia GR or something. Anyway, um, the games are developed with like previous Pokemon. So with Pokemon like Lumineon, Charmander, or whatever, right? They develop the games and the mechanics of those games with Pokemon they already have. After that, they basically upload the new Pokemon into it after the game's already like made. Okay, so that's basically how it works. So all of the images are with random random Pokemon that are not new. Like there's one of them that has a Butterfree in it. Another one has a Lairon. Another one had a what were the other two? I believe it was a Pidove and then a Charjabug or something. So like yeah, they start with old assets and create new ones. So yeah, so essentially, yeah, they don't have it either, to my knowledge. They don't have anything about because this stuff, the Gen 10 stuff, is all coming from the Terra League, and that happened back in August of last year, right? So this shit's old, and yeah, they have the environments. It's that big. Yeah, it's that's the reason they have two directors is apparently because the game is so big that they need multiple directors. That's what I've been told, at least. Uh, but yeah, I really don't know like fuck all about that. Which one looks the best? Um, Mega Greninja, in my opinion, but that's just because I like Greninja. Like I'm not really like I'm kind of biased. In my opinion, Mega Greninja looks cool. Mega Emboar also looks sick. Like, dude, Switch. I mean, I'm excited about the Switch too. Not gonna lie. But yeah. Overall, I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. I don't think there's like a whole lot of stuff. Let me just switch this over to this for a sec. Ball Guy implied you have Lysander. Um, well, I don't. Like, I knew about Lysander. Have I seen the megas in the game? No, I do not. I have the raw model files that in order to open them, I need to open them within a Switch fucking like a Switch engine to even open the things. Leak something anime then? I mean, I don't actually want to leak anything about the anime. Aside from that, I listened to the full new song and it sounded really good. But I don't want to leak uh, like anime spoilers because I want people to watch the show. Oh, Mega Zerara. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that thing. Yeah. Yeah, the reason I'm so insistent about Mega Zerara is because I literally saw the fucking anime sete for it. Like that's like I don't know like how else to tell you guys this, but the fact that your favorite leaker personalities are doubling down so hard on Mega Zerara doesn't exist should kind of tell you that they have a very incomplete picture of what's going on with the franchise. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Uh, it's really fluffy. It's more fluffy than like you know how like regular Zerara is kind of like almost mangy in a sense. Like it's kind of like the fur isn't like let's look at it. Let's look at regular Zerara. I can kind of describe to you guys what it looks like. Yeah, so you see like pull up pull up Zerara like on your phone or something and keep listening. So like you see like Zerara is kind of like almost Lucario in a way in which certain parts are poofy and other parts aren't. Well, Mega Zerara looks much more it looks almost like it's like you know Super Saiyan 4 where he becomes more furry and more like animalistic almost. Mega Zerara is like that. It becomes much more like a tiger than what you see here where it's like it looks like a kindergarten kid wearing a Halloween costume, right? Like just like look at Zerara like on your thing. Like you look at it and it looks like a kid wearing a Halloween costume, but wasn't it cut? No, it was not fucking cut. And that's what I'm telling you is that these people, they do not even like the things that they're so confidently telling you, they're not even that sure of. That's the point. Like Mega Zerara might end up being like a free update or something, right? Or whatever. Like or it'll be in the base game. We don't really know. So you can't say for sure whether it's cut or not. It's not in the year-old build that they have of the game. Sure. But it's not like I don't know what to tell you, bro. That's actually true. And you know, like one thing I'll say about the anime is that like Roy has a Mega Lucario specifically, like for a reason, like a plot reason. It's not really just because they wanted to give him a shill dog Lucario. It's not just because let's give him a shiny Lucario because every major Pokemon in the story is shiny and Lucario is really popular. It's not just that. Have a little bit more faith in the right. Mega Frostlass is kind of creepy. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the megas are really creepy, which is kind of why I like the starter megas, which are more normal looking. I do like that they're making in the anime Lucario's colors are a little bit more saturated than they are in like the posters and stuff, which is nice. I think like I have to take a look again at Mega Lucario, but like Mega Lucario just looks like shiny Mega Lucario looks like old Gatorade, like old. You know that lemon Gatorade that looks like piss? Like it looks like old, like expired lemon Gatorade. And I really don't like it. Anyway, I think that's pretty much everything. Um, I'm honestly afraid of what Meganium might look like. And just doesn't fit in my head. Yeah, Meganium doesn't look good. And if you say Meganium doesn't look good, you're actually misogynist, by the way. I'm not even joking. You're actually misogynist if you say you don't like Meganium because it's a shitty Pokemon. You know, like you're actually misogynist. Just so you know. I remember that YouTube video that came out. That shit was so fucking funny. All the megas are weird looking. They're not all weird looking, but most of them are, and it's like for the reason that the ultimate weapon's energy is what created these new megas to begin with, and it's a little bit like the ultimate weapon's kind of like corrupted a little bit, so it made the new megas really fucking weird. Like design wise, obviously they fit themes, so it's not like they just drew whatever the fuck was on. Like they're obviously designed well, but they're designed to look weird. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like the Ultra Beasts. The Ultra Beasts had great designs, but they are also nothing like you would expect a Pokemon to be like, right? Like they really are. Like they don't even look like. Some of them don't even look like creatures. They look like weird objects. Of course, all right, so now we're kind of getting a little philosophical, right? When you really think about it, Pokemon have always had a very wide variety of designs. Not as wide as, for example, Digimon, but a lot of, especially like the ghost types are or the psychic types are kind of weird. Like you have Pokemon like Porygon, Charjabug, Chandelure, right? Like these Pokemon are just they seem to work on fundamentally different rules than like regular Pokemon do. But the Megas I think are trying to emulate that. Well, the thing is, the ultimate weapon is like the main plot point of ZA as well, which is why, like, if you think about, if you think about, all the stuff that's been said by other people about the story, right? Which is like a lot of the main story beats have been leaked. So there's not really much for me to talk about aside from just like speculating and also giving you guys a little bit more like filling, to kind of close the gaps a little bit. If you think about it, that's why I was talking about why this game feels more like a sequel to X and Y than anything else. Like it doesn't feel like Pokemon Legends Arceus was obviously a prequel, but it was also a standalone story. This game is almost a direct sequel of the previous story. And it does close a lot of open questions and plot threads from the first games, which I think, X and Y needed. You know, the anime never really addressed the primary story of XY, so we never really got any sort of even non-canon closure there, and we never got a sequel or anything. So X is the canon version, as Lysandre needs to be borrowed. But if you really think about it, Nathan, Y could also be canon because it means that Lysandre has conquered death, and someone who conquers death, by definition, can't really die, right? So it's kind of both. I like ZA being a sequel. Yeah, I'm fine with it. I mean, at this point, it seems like the eventual Legends Kyurem they do will basically just be Black and White 3, but like, you know, like not Black and White 3, but basically Black and White 3, which I'm fine with, because when you really think about like what, hold on, moot writing fire, bro, I literally like this is entirely unrelated subject at hand, but like I write recreationally, like for fun. Like I've written like multiple books, which of course I might publish at some point. Did Meowscarada grow taller? No. Safali, the issue, this is just an anime production thing. Like, especially in Horizons, the storyboarders are really bad at maintaining Pokemon sizes. Just look at like Arboliva, like one of the 6 heroes, the plant one. You see how sometimes it's like as tall as a giant hill, and then other times it's like a little taller than a person. It's just it's really inconsistent, the Pokemon sizes in this anime. Meowscarada most likely is similar in height to Liko. I think it's supposed to be. Not Arbok, Arboliva. The green 6 hero, the one that looks like a tree, it's like a bush. That one, Oliva, Arboliva, like whatever you want to call it. Like it's super inconsistent. How many years in the future could ZA be? I mean, given the fact that Emma's grown up, probably 10 years. I would give it 10 years. I don't know how long it is. Yeah, it's not a legendary, but it's a grass type. It's a 6 hero, but it's just a regular Pokemon, but it's like a big one. It's not actually a legendary. $10. Yeah, the fact that they monetize that is insane. Like I cannot believe they monetize that. But the point is that it's small sometimes. Like that's the point is that the artists just aren't drawing it the right size consistently. This is I think it's sort of a directorial problem, like because the directors are not dictating to their storyboarders how tall the Pokemon are supposed to be. They're just kind of letting them guess. I really don't get why it's like that, but that's all I can think of. It's a little weird. Mm. Do you know what will power up the ultimate weapon? Seems like it's people having battles. It's the mega evolution energy of people having battles in the city, from what it appears to be, right? That's the reason why they're running the ZA Royale, the Quasardico, which are the people who are using the ultimate weapon. They're using the ZA Royale to gather up energy, kind of like remember what Alon did in XYZ? That's basically what it is. Like that's what they're doing. I think they might have actually gotten that plot point from XYZ because it's the same thing. Yeah, you just never want to look at the general what will you wish for after winning the Royale? What would I wish for? Probably like if I was living in Kalos, I would say a Master Ball because the Pokeball factory is literally in Kalos. Like I want a Master Ball so I can go catch Xerneas or something. I would say a Master Ball. Just one Master Ball. Not a whole bunch. Just give me one. Just give me one. I can win. I can do it. Because when you look at the anime, right? A couple of my favorite episodes regarding legendary Pokemon are in Journeys. Specifically, the episode where Go fights Zapdos, and then the episode close after that where Go fights Suicune. The difference between those two things is that against Zapdos, Ash and Go beat the shit out of Zapdos, and then Go threw a ball at it, and he almost caught it, but because it was a Pokeball and not a Master Ball, he didn't get it. While in the Suicune episode, he caught Suicune with a Pokeball, but Suicune broke out of it later on, but later accepted him because they were friends and not just because Go beat the shit out of him. To my knowledge, no, Eevee. You, it's literally just Lumiose the entire game, to my knowledge. Of course, that might change in like an update or something, or like a post game thing. But to my knowledge, it's literally like even in the post game. Although even Ball Guy already said this, but like to my knowledge, even in the post game, like Xerneas and Yveltal come into the city, not like out of the city. You don't really go outside, to my knowledge. But of course, I could end up being wrong, but that's what I've heard. Um, is there an underground section? Well, I don't know, but I would assume so. Yeah, there probably is. I mean, wasn't that in the original trailer too? Like Pokemon under bridges and stuff. Like I'm pretty sure there would be an underground section. Although, when you think about how the stuff in the trailers was presented, like the overworld was presented, I'm wondering how they would actually implement that in general. Yeah, I think like they would want. I know I've heard about those catacombs, right? The Paris catacombs. Actually, the first time I heard about them, did you guys ever read 39 Clues when you were kids? Like for those of you who live in America, I don't think they had them. I don't think they have that series in other places. But those of you who live in America, did you read 39 Clues when you were kids or teenagers? Like the first time I heard about those catacombs was in that series. There was like a whole book about them or something. Wasn't your first place about Kalos instead of Unova next? Yeah, but that wasn't because we had information. That was just because people wanted Kalos. And like there was a significant contingent of the Pokemon fandom who wanted the next game to be Kalos and not Unova. Like we even had like a contest about which region it would be. There was Team Johto, Team Unova, and Team Kalos, right? Like it wasn't because we had some inside info or whatever. Do 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 do. Ku was saying Unova was next. I mean, to be honest, I had actually heard that Unova was one of the like considered places for the next Legend game, but Kalos was also it too, and they ended up picking Kalos. But they were considering doing Unova was next, which might be why Ku got confused. What are your favorite new megas? Well, I like Mega Greninja. I think Mega Zygarde looks stupid. Okay, will you ever be friends with Ball Guy? I mean, Ball Guy is just like Ball Guy is just an idiot, and he's fake as fuck to his audience. That's why I don't like him. It's not because like I don't think Ball Guy is like I don't think he's like an evil person, but he's fake as fuck to his audience, and he's fake as fuck to the people he's supposedly friends with, which is why I exposed his dumbass anyway. And now he's deleting everything. He's deleting his Twitter account. He's just fucking off because well we blew him out of the water completely. It is what it is. Who the fuck is that guy? You don't even want to know, bro. You're an anime bro, right? Just chill out. Like we're just chilling about the anime, you know? Like we're just in our corner, bro. We don't give a fuck. Um um uh, you know, Vivito, despite Pokemon having so many leaks, they're pretty loose with who can access their files. They always have been. I think Moonball guy joined and left. Yeah, they did. They're one of Pori Leaks' friends, I believe, and they were Rose. I actually posted like the full list of his little collaborators, their names. Yeah, I am Safali. I am. I am. I'm sorry, bro. What do you want to know about the anime, little bro? You get to ask one single question, Safali, about the anime, and I might answer it. Give me one question. That's how I make it up to you. Give me one question about the anime. The one thing you're just dying to know. I mean, I little bro everyone, okay? Who's your favorite character in the anime? It's hard. Are you talking about Horizons? With regards to Horizons, I would say for a long time my favorite character was Amethio, but the problem is that they just didn't handle Amethio's pacing very well of his character. Oh, you mean overall? Overall, that's hard to say. Um, either Go or Serena. Either Go or Serena. I can't really pick between the two. You'd say Red. Red isn't even really a character. He's just an idea. Red isn't like that's the reason why I don't even like consider Red is because Red is quite literally just an idea. Then go. I have always been a Go fan from the start. Okay, from the fucking start, I was a Go fan. Always. All the way through Journeys. I was the man who was repping Project Mew every single Project Mew episode. That was me. And I got fucking burned for it. Project Mew's ending was a disaster. It was so bad, and I looked like a fucking dumbass for ever liking it. Name one Red appearance in the main anime. Bro, I don't think Red's ever appeared in the main anime. But he was talking about origins, so yeah. But Red as a character is just an idea. Like even in the games, he doesn't really have like a lot of like he doesn't really do anything. He's just there. He's just the OG, and that idea alone is what makes him popular. Anyway, how long have we been streaming this shit for? It's been an hour. Okay, we can go on a little longer. Uh, is Mega Electrox ugly? Well, no. I'd say Mega Electrox is one of the highest effort Mega designs they did of any of the new ones. It's really good. And I'm happy for that because Electros is like a top 10 mon for me, so I'm pretty happy. I'm a pretty big Electros guy. Yeah, it went out with a whimper. Like an actual whimper. Like I cannot believe that Tobiyasu pulled that shit. I was so bad. Are his hands guns? What? Did you just say that? No, his hands are not fucking gun. Okay, buddy, I can help you. I can help you, bro. And help. Oh boy. Oh wow. Someone sent someone online my PayPal. Please wish me luck, bro. Get a job, man. I feel like every day you're talking about this shit. Like the guy who leaked Mega Starmie's design should have gone. Yeah, that wasn't me, Safari. So I wouldn't get banned. Yeah. That totally wasn't me, bro. I'm sorry. That wasn't me. It wasn't me. Please don't ban me, bro. I didn't do it. Yeah, I did do it. I was the one who fucking posted on Twitter. Well, I posted a scribbled version on Twitter. And then I sent my friend an unscribbled version, and then he posted it on 4chan. No, I mean, Shuckle, she went back to Paldea though, right? She was she was it was she was in she went to the course at the school at the academy, Naranja Academy, right? Like so you have to consider that she has an actual alibi in that she went to Paldea and chilled out there for a while, right? So as a result, that's not really a big deal. Um, Also RSV, bro. RSV's no joke, bro. Was it Mega Starmie chosen because it was the most basic? Well, no, it was just the one ball guy sent me. He sent me that one, so I was like, okay, I guess I'll just tweet that one. And post every screenshot blurred and scribble and then dip forever. I mean, that would be the funnier way to go about it, but I don't want to dip forever. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll like just start posting. Well, I won't, but I'll have one of my non-subpoenaable friends start just posting scribbled fucking things on 4chan or something. I don't know. We'll see. The scribbled shit would be pretty funny. Just draw them very badly. I mean, that could work. We could do that too, but I mean, the thing is, I'm terrible at drawing, so it'd be basically unrecognizable. But we'll see. Anyway, um, we'll get anything related to ZA in this week's episode. Well, I mean, it's 4 days away. Why don't you just go watch it and come back to me, bro? And I'll tell you. But I don't want to spoil Mega Voltage that much. For real. But I don't want to spoil Mega Voltage that much because at the end of the day, I do have a lot of respect for the people who make the anime, especially these days. So I don't want to be like, just leak their whole shit, especially because they're actually putting effort into the show. Like in Journeys, I didn't really give a fuck because they were putting in zero effort whatsoever to actually make the show, and it was clear they were just doing whatever the fuck they wanted. But yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know the whole arc, but no, she doesn't stay at her house the entire arc. Like that's like that's ridiculous. Like obviously she's not doing that. But she will of course be at her house more often. But no, she doesn't just stay in her house. Like, that would be so stupid if it was. But no, she's not staying in her house the entire arc. Anyway, what else should we talk about? Oh yeah, tariffs. So yeah, the Switch 2 has been delayed for fucking. It's probably never gonna come out. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's gonna take months. Episode 4 is a Dot super fan battle. Okay, so it's a battle between her super fans, and as you know, Liko is a super fan. It's more of a Liko episode than a Dot episode. My guess is. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna call it here. I don't think there's really anything else to talk about. We'll be live on Friday talking about the anime. Probably just the anime. Yeah, right. Um, who act neutral, but that would be hilarious. Anyway, see y'all later. Like, subscribe, join the Brave Sagi Discord server. Link is in the description below. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Today was pretty fun. See y'all.